Parents, very good morning to you. I was just talking to the children a few minutes ago and just said to them, when was the last time that you actually performed in front of any kind of audience? And we worked out it was, what year was it? 2019, when they started year 3. I think they did a cantata in the first term. It just seems a ridiculous amount of time away. So it's lovely to see you all. This honestly is very exciting for us as much as it is for you. We've put together a little assembly. It's not a great big flashy show or anything, it's just a little bit of sharing of the things we've been doing in class. Your children have learned their lines, they've learned the song, and they've been really great, and it's just been lovely to do something a little bit different, and I hope you enjoy it. Right, Thomas, take it away.
A big welcome to you all on this fine day. We're so glad you could join us at school this morning. After 2 years, it's about time.
This term, for the first time at St. Christopher's, Year 5 have been learning about the Vikings.
It has been a lot of fun, and we wanted to share some of our learning with you.
So today our assembly is all about the Vikings, but who were the Vikings and where did they come from?
Parents, where did they come from? Any ideas?
Norway.
Yes, the lady with the hand up.
Norway, Sweden, and Denmark.
True, they did come from Denmark, Norway, and Sweden.
Wait a sec, I've got a joke. What do you call a vegan Viking?
I don't know. What do you call a vegan Viking?
A Norwegian.
Oh dear. Why did the Vikings leave their homeland in the first place? And why did they want to go to England?
Well, the earliest Vikings were looking for riches and had already learned about new sailing technology and about the growing wealth of European kingdoms. So they decided to take a piece of it. It all started in 793 when terror descended along the coast of Northumbria, as armed raiders arrived and attacked a defenseless monastery on Lindisfarne.
The terrified monks watched helplessly as the invaders stole treasure and captured them. They continued attacking for almost 300 years and created a reputation as fierce warriors.
From around 800 AD, many more Scandinavians left their home to seek their fortunes. These warriors, known as Vikings and Norsemen, the word comes from Northmen, began by raiding Britain.
They traveled on these raids by longboats. But how did the people on Viking ships communicate with each other?
I don't know. How did they communicate with each other?
Norse code!
Oh dear. We're trying to learn here. Anyways, over the next 3 centuries, the Vikings established their place as pirates, raiders, traders, and settlers on Britain and much of the European continent.
By about 850 AD, the Vikings had Ireland, Scotland, and England had become major targets for the Vikings to raid as well as live in. They gained control over much of Scotland.
They were busy bees. They then founded Ireland's first towns, Dublin, Waterford, and Limerick.
Wave after wave of Viking attacks continued, and only one kingdom, Wessex, was able to successfully resist.
They didn't hang around. The Vikings conquered East Anglia, Northumberland, and Mercia, and only King Alfred the Great of Wessex was able to defeat them.
Leaving Wessex, the Danes then settled to the north in an area known as Danelaw.
Many of them became farmers and traders and established York as a leading city.
In the first half of the 10th century, English armies began reconquering Scandinavian areas in England.
The last Scandinavian king, Eric Bloodaxe, was killed at around 952, permanently uniting England into one kingdom.
Wait, did you know the Viking who was reincarnated?
I didn't hear that one Viking was reincarnated.
He was Bjorn again.
Seriously? So it was a happy ending?
Not quite. There was more stress to come.
The Viking armies continued to attack parts of France and Spain. Yes, here's a fun fact for you. The Vikings took over northern France, now known as Normandy, which means land of the Northmen.
Interesting.
They just could not stop raiding and settling. Throughout the 900s, the Vikings conquered Iceland, Greenland,
And the Viking settlers in Greenland were the first Europeans to discover and explore North America.
They were everywhere! And soon after, Harold Bluetooth, the Viking big boss, decided to attack England again and control the entire kingdom in 1013. Stress.
He ruled until 1042, when Edward the Confessor regained the English throne, until his death in 1066, when William, Duke of Normandy, was crowned King of England.
William managed to attain the crown, and that was the end of the Viking Age. Phew!
So that's the history. I think we now need to see the Vikings in action. This is what it might have been like in Viking times.
What's going on here?
What do you mean what's going on? Can't you see? We're rowing.
Rowing? Rowing where?
Off to England, like it says in the song.
Do you mean England?
Whatever. Look, kids, does it really matter? If we're being truly honest, not actually rowing anywhere, we're here to give the parents a bit of a treat and to educate ourselves.
We have invited you in today because we want to tell you a few things about what we're doing in our class.
I think these parents deserve to see something a bit special, like a class assembly, after the horrors of homeschool. Don't you agree?
Yes! Right, let's get this show on the road then.
As we said earlier, our main topic this term has been the Vikings.
Vikings? Did someone say Vikings?
Can you be quiet for a minute, please? I'm speaking to the parents. As I was saying, our main topic this term has been the Vikings. So we thought we would share some of what we found out.
And if you're really lucky, we might even squeeze in a song too.
I hope they see.
Could Adele or Ed Sheeran make a guest appearance?
Probably not, but I know the Viking rockers want to make their debut later on at this very event.
I hope they sing songs that are a little more entertaining than Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Oi! That's my favorite song. My mama used to sing it to me when my father was out farming and fishing.
Ooh, that's actually quite interesting. Tell me more about that.
Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more.
Well, if you're sure, I might just have some pals here that can share their own experiences. And before you ask, yes, they've done their rapid tests.
Thanks for having us, parents. We have lots and lots and lots and lots to tell you.
Did you know that Vikings like us were actually from Scandinavia? This is an area now known as Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. We used to turn up on beaches and invade.
Man, we were strong. People were so scared of us. Even more scared of us than how Mr. Farrell feels when he's getting a PCR test at the airport. You wouldn't believe the weapons we had in those days.
We had swords and battle axes. Let us show you what we used to do.
We would set sail for a country we had our beady eyes on.
We would always try to arrive at the time of dawn so we would have the elements of surprise on our side.
Then we would attack the sleeping villagers and steal anything that took our fancy.
We would kill some of them and take others as slaves. We were ruthless. Some historians see us as pirates. I prefer to think of us as raiders.
We chose England because we had already traded with the Anglo-Saxons that lived there at the time.
We knew they were rich and we wanted what they had.
So in AD 793, we went for it, our first raid on England. We actually took control over lots of England.
Our mamas were so proud.
Danelaw, the power to England under Viking control changed quite a bit. We brought our own laws, our own place names, customs, farming techniques. The British have a lot they should be grateful for, don't you know?
We are grateful. It's because of you guys that we have the following words.
Thursday, named after Thor, the Viking god of war.
Friday, the best day of the week, named after Freya, Viking goddess of love and other stuff. Eggs, bread, happy, masks.
We don't get the word mask from the Vikings.
I know that. I'm wondering if anyone needs one.
Anyway, don't forget, we named lots of places in Britain too. Have you ever heard of a place called Grimsby? Or any village that ends with Thor? That's all because of us.
I think it's time for a break. Let's show this audience what singing in the fresh air sounds like. Can we have a great big welcome for our Viking rockers? Yay!
Thanks for having us, St. Chris.
We're so excited to be here.
It's our first time that we're playing in front of an audience.
Well, we did have a concert at the Spring of Culture a couple years back, but it got cancelled. I can't think why.
We're hoping they'll have us back for another gig soon, once COVID has gone away.
But anyway, without further ado, let's show this audience what we're made of. Feel free to join with the headbanging parents.
and showing what we can do. It's been a really tough couple of years.
True, but together with friends and family, we can get through anything.